afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show. I have actually been busy, as always. You guys don't know this, but I am always busy trying to do different things here with the software. Excuse me here, but my daughter made some chili beans and some eggs, and she wanted me to try out if she did it right. So she brought me some tortillas. I'm her test dummy here, the guinea pig, and approved. She did a well done. Good, cooked the chili just the way it's supposed to be. Eggs were perfect. She is getting better as she gets older. I'm so proud of her. Very, very proud of her. With that being said, welcome, guys. I can see you guys. Let me see if I'm going to have to look at a different chat this time. I was not able to log in for some reason. Give me 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties here. Let's see. Well, son of a gun. Let's see. Do I even have a key here? All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do this a different way. Oh my goodness. It's always something. You guys hear that? It's always something. It's all good. We'll just go with we'll just go with what we got. I will just log in to a different tab here so that I can chat with you guys as we watch some videos. I don't know if I have a video. I think I might have a video to share with you guys. Give me 1 second in here, so that I can get in here. Let's see. Okay, here is the live video. Hey, I hope you guys are having a good day. I see some of you guys in here actually visiting my good friend For Real with Mike. Good guy. He's also new to this streaming, I believe. But I think he's got his hand screwed on straight. He's doing good. Good to see that there's other people out there that have common sense that are making some channels to be able to get this truth out. You know, I got some information this morning. If you were with me earlier this morning, through the early afternoon, you guys know we talked about that tweet from President Trump. There's a lot of people on the left, and I'm going to say this: if you are doubting the sanity of our president, I'm just going to say don't. Okay? If you haven't been watching Trump for very long, that you don't know why he does what he does. But I think that he has a reason to say and do the things that he says and does. All right, so I want to make sure that I can come in here and able to chat with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, I had to open a new tab to watch it just as you watch it. So I'm one of you guys today. All right, with that being said, what I'm looking for is, stop it. What I'm looking for is to be able to chat with you here. For some reason, the software didn't want to allow me to. Doggone it. This thing is annoying. It is annoying. Hey, 6 likes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, we'll just do it this way. Let's see who's here first. My man. Happy Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, guys. I got some fantastic news for you. Taco Tuesday is what they like to call it. We will call it Taco Tuesday. My man's message was deleted by the Streamlabs. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I will trust that you guys will do a good thing. The moment that I see Streamlabs on here, yeah, posting style go. I got to change that setting. Okay, so I'm going to remove as a moderator. so that you guys can be free. Yeah. Robert, how are you, my friend? Dave, let's kick it, baby. Let's go. Jason says Mike's show was a banger. That's good to hear, man. Continue to show that support. Yeah, keep sharing the love, brother. Humiliation Tuesday, he says, teacup. This guy doesn't keep up with the news. It's okay. Sometimes I don't keep up either. But we will say Taco Tuesday, baby. It's what it's all about. And Tanya, oh man, Tanya, Tanya's comment was she was spamming. She was spamming emojis. Got blocked. Don't worry, sis. You have I already put Streamlabs in timeout. Brian Waza. I saw all of you guys over there at Mike's. I was going to drop a line, but I didn't want to interrupt you guys' viewing in there. I watched you guys briefly while I waited for my wife. So, okay, M. Yeah, Teacup, you're definitely going to be segregated from the group tonight. Don't be using vulgar language or perverted language, please. Let's see what we got. MindSpeak. What's going on, brother? Man, I got some beans. Make sure I don't get no beans stuck on my teeth. And some black coffee. Yes, Robert, I got some yucky coffee. But don't worry, next week I'll be able to go ahead and order a couple of cans. Isn't that right, boss? Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you showed us Mike. He is a good guy. I think he might be even better than me as a person. I'll tell you that right now. I like Mike. We love Mike. Yes, the wife is listening to everything that I say here today. Let's see. Streamlab labels some emojis as Salgo. Yes. I try to look at the settings for it. I can't find it. That's why it's still there. Man. But you know what? We'll do with what we got. Let me see here. Let me get my composure here. Let's see. The first thing I want to show you is I got access to my old Instagram account. So we're back, baby. We are back. And yes, I have a different scene so that you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Let's see how this works. Bam! Look at that. I've been playing with this stuff, man. It's, if I don't do homework on this, it's just not going to get any better. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. After 8 months doing this, I am starting to put different graphics and designs into my live streaming software here with Streamlabs. By the way, Streamlabs is a fantastic software for streaming. You got to learn how to use it, and I don't know how to use it well. I'm a very beginner using the software, so, bear with me on that, okay? I will try to remember that I have different scenes to show you guys. As you notice, right, you'll see the differences. All right, so here is my Instagram account, and it's back. There it is. Dennis Herrera, 76, not 19, just 76, okay? That's what that means. Now, let me go ahead and make the screen bigger here for you guys since we are into this account. That way you guys can see a little bit better. Boom. And there's just a couple of the videos, a couple of shorts that I uploaded there. There's also photos from, some of the photography that I've done here on my hikes. You guys can go check it out. Check this out. Look at that. Oregon was shining red when I took this picture right here as I was following the Trump win this year. And I will tell you, even Washington was red. Washington was red for a moment. And then all of a sudden, boom, it just flipped. I wonder how that happened. But anywho, it's, there was a proud moment right here, baby. And all those people that say Kamala should have been president, please, please. So anyways, if you haven't seen this, here, I'll share this picture right here with you guys. How do you make this thing bigger? I don't know how to make it bigger, but that's what I got. It's a picture of a location of Highway 2. It was raining, and the reason why I like this this shot right here is because this shot doesn't exist unless it's raining. I want you to know that. This shot does not exist unless it's raining. And the reason for that is because when it doesn't rain, there's a small little tiny stream that comes out of the mountain. But when it rains, you can get the slow motion, the long exposure on the water, and that makes a difference. Okay, I know. I wish I had something better to show you there. But anyways, I wanted to share that I got access to my old Instagram account. All right. Okay. With that being said, I also got access to my Truth account, as I showed you guys earlier today. So we got Truth only to see President Trump's posts. And of course, I have my Facebook account. And that's one of the things that we're going to share today. I got a few clips. Let me get ready here for you. You guys already saw the Jonathan Cho little video from the small houses for the crackheads and drug addicts here in Washington State. It is a big shame, to be honest, that the government doesn't care about people that need actual help. But I do have a couple of clips. They call them the lioness. No, not yet. I do have a couple of clips that we are going to share. If you haven't seen them yet, you will tonight here in the Dennis Herrera Show. All right, with that being said, man, you know what? I can't wait to actually have an actual team. I know there's a lot of guys like me that are doing the same thing. They promote their channel. They pay to promote their channel. I don't pay to promote the channel. Maybe at some point we will push promotion and paid and all that stuff, but I don't promote my channel. Unfortunately, YouTube, for some reason, it's been having some hiccups here for the last couple of weeks, at least for me and a few other, what do they call us? What do they call people like me? Not podcasters, but influencers. Influencers? I don't know about that. I don't influence nobody. But anyway, so with that being said, I am working behind the scenes and trying to get all these accounts in order so that I can share information on each and every one of them. So let's go ahead and start off with my Facebook account. And the way we're going to do it is going to be like this. Excuse me, guys. And we're going to stretch this out so you can see it better. There we go. There we go. That should be okay, I think. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I can put this here. Bada bing, bada boom. Bam! There we go. All right, all right. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let me say hello to my peeps. Let me say hello to my peeps. First people in here. All right, let's see. I say hello to my man, Robert in the house. Jason Martin, my general. This is Jason, by the way, guys. If you guys didn't know, this is Jason right here. Jason Martin, ladies and gentlemen. That is the general. He's a top general, man. He's a big supporter in every single way, and I appreciate it. Such a blessing. Let me see. Who else do we got? We got Big Sis. We got Tanya in the house. Yeah. Who else we got? We got Streamlabs. Mindspeak, I say hello already. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Cool Cat Renee in the house. Welcome. Boo Boo's got in trouble already by Jason. I'm not even going to read that. Let's see. Hoopty West. Hoopty West, man. It's been a while. How are you? Good evening. Good to see you on here. Lisa Taylor, how are you? Beautiful American flag. I love it. I love to see the American flag. That's my American flag. I love it. This is the Honduras flag for those of you who don't know what the flag is to my left. And I think we're caught up. All right. So now that we're caught up, I want to share this. This is on. This is from CNN actually. I don't know how this ended in my Facebook page, but I will share it with you. Maybe you guys haven't seen it. Here we go.
And they're ready for American troops, they say. This is the sort of propaganda the Iranian regime has been rolling out on state media. They claim they have more than 1 million troops organized to join the battle against U.S. forces to create a, quote, historic hell for U.S. troops on Iranian soil. Part of this so-called wave of enthusiasm to protect Iran was a disturbing clip we saw on state media. A Revolutionary Guard Corps official announcing they've decided to lower the recruitment age for the security forces to 12.
با توجه به اینکه سنینی که حضور پیدا می‌کردن و مطالبه می‌کردن که می‌خوان حضور پیدا کنن، ما این سن رو روی 12 سال به بالا آوردیم. یعنی الان برای بچه‌های 12 ساله 13 ساله می‌خوان حضور پیدا کنن در این فضا.
Now they don't say kids will take part in active combat. It sounds more like manning checkpoints and other support roles for now. But it's worth remembering the regime has previously used child soldiers. International law bans the use of kids in armed conflict. It's something that could amount to a war crime. Independent sources estimate that Iran has 600 to 650,000 active duty forces. But as U.S. threats ramp up and an escalation is looking more and more likely, we will probably be seeing more of this kind of rhetoric and propaganda to rally more than just the hardline regime supporters around the flag.
Did you catch that? 12-year-olds. 12-year-olds with rifles, and they have used 7- and 8-year-olds before. I find that very crazy that people don't care about that. I find this very, very interesting. So I talk about Venezuela. I gave explanations of why Maria Machado is not the president right now. You see, it's not our job to appoint a president. It has to be something that will benefit us, obviously, but that will also benefit the country itself and the infrastructure that they have in government and all that stuff. So the way that is working in Venezuela is just like Marco Rubio told us, and it's taking place in stages. Right now, what they're doing is they're still using President Rodriguez, which was the vice president after Nicolas Maduro. Nicolas Maduro is here in prison, as he should be. And now we actually are able to negotiate. We're actually able to work with Venezuela, which hasn't happened in a very long time. Now, on the next election, the Venezuelan people will use their democracy to be able to put in place whoever they choose. Now, with that being said, a lot of people on the left and a lot of people that gave me a little pushback, right? They're like, oh, it's not our business. We shouldn't be in Venezuela. Well, maybe. But I think that it was in our best interest to go out there for two reasons. One of them, we stopped the drug cartels from Venezuela coming to here. Now the world knows that we don't bluff. And they keep trying to use that and keep trying to say that we bluff. Well, we don't. And if you haven't seen it, then maybe you should really research, because we don't bluff. President Trump does not play games. Am I clear? If you don't know, or you didn't know, well, now you know. Now, if you are coming to my channel here, I'll appreciate it if you give me a quick thumbs up, as I am over here looking at all my notes that I actually do have on my computer. I have all my accounts. All my accounts are open here. So my Facebook, my Truth, my Instagram, and my X. All my exes are in Texas. No, not really. That's just I just like that saying. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Adam is in the house. Adam, been behaving, have we? Renee, it's good to see you, Renee Black. Good to see you in here. Jared Niffen, or knifing, he was bluffing clearly. No, it wasn't a bluff. It wasn't a bluff. Don't worry, buddy. We'll get there. Be patient. We'll get there. So, anywho, Venezuela is doing what it's supposed to do, and what we want in Iran is something similar. So we don't want to just, change the regime, even though it's been changed several times already. We keep killing their leaders of the bad regime. Now, just like we have, what we call a rightful leader available, we're not really showing much support for that, because we want the people in the countries to take over themselves. Now, I will say this before I continue. I saw a video of this girl from Iran, this woman from Iran, saying that she knows that she might die, but she'd rather do that than to go die protesting and nothing getting done. That is the short story of her speech. She'd rather die while the regime is being destroyed than to go over there and die by protesting and nothing is getting done. They say thank you to President Trump for what he is doing. And I think that, my friends, is something that the world around us cannot see. But I'm here to tell you the truth on what I see, and I hope that some of us can actually take some of that information and continue to research. Don't just take my word for it. Continue to do your own research, okay? Now, with that being said, we would like for Iran to be able to say, stop threatening the United States of America. Stop working on building weapons of mass destruction, nuclear capability. You got to stop that. They are a terrorist group, so I disagree with Trump by stopping there. I think he should just annihilate every single one of them. All 1 million of these troops that are out there saying they want to fight, I think we should just annihilate every single one of them. But that's just me. President Trump, he doesn't bluff. He's not pulling back because he's afraid or because he's a coward like many people on the left are saying. He's a calculated man. He will give you the nastiest words and responses to anything. Salud, güero. But you have to understand, he is dealing with terrorists. And we don't negotiate with terrorists. We deal with them, which is different. And so I can only wait to see what happens. That's all we can do. We can speculate all we want. But I can tell you that everything that President Donald Trump is doing is for a reason. If you haven't watched it yet, I recommend go watch the roast of Donald Trump. Check that out. Go and watch the roast of Donald Trump and find out how nasty and disgusting people are when they talk about people. If you know what the roasting show was, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is nasty. It's not for the faint of heart. You got to know how to take an insult. Let's not forget what Mandami was calling President Trump a fascist, I think it was the word. President Trump says, I don't care about that. Forget about it. You can call me whatever you want. He knows the name of the game. He knows the name of confusion. He knows the game of intimidation. Now, see, a lot of Americans are a little bit too soft, and that's the problem. We need a man to be real man. We need people to stand up for this country and say, I don't care if you call me a racist. I don't care if you think I'm politically incorrect. I don't care. I am going to defend my country. I'm going to fight for this country, and I'm going to continue to tell the truth. And that's how that works. Now we can have a lot of softies on the left, softies on the right. I can care less. What I want to hang out with real American patriots. With people that still, after all the bad things that have happened, that we have done and said, I want those people who still want to hang out to defend America, that knows exactly what needs to happen in order for us to get to the level where we need to be. I find it interesting that people, Greenland, Iceland, whatever, you know what, they make fun of him for confusing them. Well, who was the stupid person that named Iceland Greenland? That's the question. Who was the idiot that said, Iceland, let's call it Greenland? Because Iceland doesn't look like Iceland. And let's call Greenland Iceland because Greenland doesn't look like Iceland. Isn't that retarded? That's retarded. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. But you know what? They play stupid games and they get these little details. Oh my God, he's worse than Biden. He's losing it. He's got Alzheimer's. He's done. He's cooked. Blah blah blah. Listen, you can be emotional when you make decisions. That's fine. If that's the kind of person you are, that's fine. Samuel, I see you, baby. What's that, Brian? I can understand. If you're see, one thing you don't know about me is I can be very emotional, I can be very tough, I can be very tender, very gentle, very loving, and I can be strict and stern and yet soft and accommodating because I like to have balance. There is no insecurity on me when it comes to dealing with people. If there is an insecurity in my life, it's just my own personal insecurity. But I don't think anybody is better or worse than I am. I believe that we're all the same, and I treat everybody like I would treat my family anytime and tell you, give me a reason to not do it anymore. Okay? That's how I am as a person. So I can accommodate to everybody. But the moment that you make me change myself so that I can accept you and you flip, you can't get me back. You just can't get me back. Now, with that being said, we have Iranians who are celebrating Trump. They're saying by the millions, by the way, by the millions are saying, thank you, President Trump. A lot of us that knows what's going on over there, we know the president is doing the right thing. Here's a guy, he was grilling Pete Hegseth, right? And this came through one of the leftist feed that comes through my Facebook. And the guy is grilling him, and he's going off about him firing these generals, right? And and he's like, why did you fire these generals? And Pete Hegseth says, well, they serve to the what he says, they serve to the liking of the president. No. Answer the question. Why did you fire them? And I said to myself, they serve to the liking of the president. Meaning, if the president wants them gone, they're gone. They don't have to explain to you why. You gotta have people that are gonna do what you need to get done. We already used our democracy. We got the president to be in office. He's got to do what he's got to do, right? I trust him that he's going to do what he has to do. So if he needs to fire some generals, it is what it is. Don't take it personal, even though it is. Don't take it personal. They're going to replace you at any moment, okay? They're going to replace you at any moment, especially if you are in the administration. There should be no DEIs in there. There should be no hesitation. You're a veteran. You know exactly what happens when soldiers hesitate. What happens when soldiers hesitate to follow orders in a battle, in a war, in a mission? What happens? It's obvious. I'm sure that you guys will put it on the chat. What happens when a soldier disobeys orders? What happens to the mission? What can happen to everybody involved in that mission? Catastrophe. People can die. Just like that traitor that, well, I mean, that's a hard word to use on him. But he did. He was sort of a traitor because he abandoned his team to go sort of protest something that he didn't agree with in the military. And what happened? Everybody thought he was captured, so they went looking for him, and other people died because of his stupidity, because he didn't follow orders. So I'm not going to mention the guy. I just don't want to, go to that too deep into that. Most of you veterans probably know who I'm talking about anyway. All right. So we can't have that. So we need to have generals who will have the balls to do what needs to get done. Do you know why we put other people in office? So that we don't have to put up with making those decisions. Those are tough decisions that you and I can't make. But we know it needs to be done. You guys already know. I know you know. You know, and so you got to think. You got to use your critical thinking. I keep saying this because I don't think people do that. And you got to get all these negative comments from generals that get fired, by the way. Generals that get fired. All of a sudden, oh, I can't believe Trump is this and that. Well, you know what? Now I know why you got fired. Why is it that a nobody like myself here can figure it out, but these generals who have all this experience, I'm not going to take their valor from them. They deserve every medal that they have. But how can you go and have all that experience and not know what the hell is happening right now? Remember what we talked about earlier? We talked about that tweet from President Trump talking about, destroying a whole civilization. People are still going off about that. And I came in here, it's like, okay, you know what? So that I can understand why anybody would use that word. Let's find out what it is. And we went and looked it up. And we went and found out that civilization doesn't mean population. Civilization does not mean a nationality. But instead, it is considered a sort of organization, a cultural development. That's civilization. And people are going off because they don't understand the message. And you have to do research. I'm telling you something. If you come in here, Visan, listen, whatever. Go do some research, buddy. Go do some research. This is what I do. I like to analyze things. I talk to different people. I get different opinions. But the problem is that a lot of people, they are just naive or gullible. See, people don't like me because I criticize everything. I look at a tweet from President Trump and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about now? Oh, I got it. All right, gotcha. And that's how I look at things. I try to be like, okay, so I do push back. But by the time that I come in here and share that information with you, I already fought with myself. I was already negative about it. And if there is nothing in there that I can change, I will tell you the truth. I supported Pam Bundy. I like Pam Bundy. I think she made a few mistakes. Okay, that's fine. And I think she did a great job. But unfortunately, those mishaps, those mistakes that she made, unfortunately are unrecoverable because of the social media, because of the people that they hold on to these things until they got to change it. Mikey, 100%, buddy. My God, that's right. 100%, I'm with you. And we'll get there. Don't worry, man. We got something for you. And so, I defend her. But hey, when you got to go, you got to go. There's only so much I can do to defend you. I will give you the benefit of doubt as long as I can. And I prove it on this chat. How many times have I let people go off telling me nasty things? And I let them go, and I let them go. And then when I explode, that's when they say, oh, but you're a jerk. Oh, but you call people names. They don't understand. I've been sucking this thing in here the whole time. I've been holding it inside of me. And there comes a moment where I will explode. That's what I am. I am a person that takes it and until I can't take it no more. And then all hell breaks loose. So many people know me on my good side and my bad side. I always tell people, if you don't like what I'm saying and you want me to change it, show me. show me. You're not going to show me by going against me on everything that I say. First of all, I'm not here to convince you. I am here entertaining you. And I'm sure it's entertaining because you keep coming in here to troll. I get it. There's an algorithm. But you know what? I am not going to play mind games. I am not going to be doing things to cheat the system. I am following the rules as best as I can. And I'm always telling the truth as far as I know. I look for the facts. I look for the results of certain decisions. And if those decisions are good, I push on it. And I'll continue to support that. But I just want you to know, I argue the problems before I come and bring them to you. So there's that. Now, with that being said, we need to get rid of this terrorist regime. Period. We need to annihilate them completely. That's just me. Now, President Trump says on a tweet, for all those who love Taco Tuesday. Well, here we go. He says, based on the conversation with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran. Happy Taco Tuesday. I love it. I love it. We have a great president. He's got great resolve, but he also knows when to pull back. It doesn't matter if people make fun of him. It doesn't matter if people call him the taco. It doesn't matter if people call him the orange Cheeto. I love the orange Cheeto because just when you think he's losing his mind, he is the most coolest guy on earth. And I cannot stop supporting President Trump because he's proven us over and over that he is right about everything. Oh man, this libtards just can't hang with the truth. They just can't handle it. Can't handle it. Let's see. And subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Hormuz. How do you say that? Hormuz. Whatever. The Strait. I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reasons for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. It's sort of what we've done with Venezuela, which people keep ignoring that we have done this already with Venezuela. Yeah, is Iran different? Sure. But the results is the same that we want as Venezuela. Now, with that being said, that's just what we want. But we're not going to, oppose if something different happens in Iran. For example, maybe the people will rise and they will put a leader using their own democracy, which we already know who the leader is that they want. Whether that's going to happen or not, we don't know. But I got a couple of clips to show you. We receive a 10-point proposal from Iran. And believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contentions have been agreed to between the United States and Iran. But a 2-week period would allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America as president and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to resolution. Thank you for attention on this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Man, isn't he amazing, bro? Oh, all day yesterday, all day today. I've been hearing it from the leftists. Oh, my God, it's crazy. How dare he? Oh, my God, the civilization is going to be wiped out. Oh, he's a crazy maniac president. Let's shut the hell up. Man, It's like you got to talk to a bunch of children. You got to discipline these kids. It's crazy. It is crazy. All right, let's get to the next video here on my Facebook account. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? I like this guy, man. Here we go.
Fight for your country. And if ever anyone would ask you, what is your position on illegal migrants? Is zero. Fight for your country.
Zero, buddies. Zero. Absolutely, man. I like this guy. I like this guy. Here we go. Here's some news. Well, this is my post, by the way. I'm just reposting here. I'm reposting CBS, guys. I'm reposting CBS. Here we go. I said, we are with you, Iran. The evil regime will fall and you will be liberated. Let's take a listen to what CBS is reporting.
Thousands of people rallied in cities around the world for regime change in Iran. One of the largest demonstrations was in Munich, where an estimated 200,000 erupted in cheers when Reza Pahlavi, the son of the deposed Shah, took the stage. He told the crowds he's ready to lead a transition to a secular democracy. Thousands of people rallied in cities around the world.
And that sounds great and all, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Couple of things are happening. Now, time is on my side. Yes, he is. Time, where you been, man? Where have you been? It's been a while, bro. It's been a while. You know, so here we go. This is Jason Rantz. He is here in Seattle, Washington. And, hey, congratulations to those 5 people who received gift memberships. Don't forget to use those emojis. One of them will probably come and bite me in the ass, but that's okay. Use them. That's what they're there for. All right, so the same media calling Trump's Iran strikes a war crime, pay attention, said nothing when Clinton bombed Serbian power plants for 78 days straight. Said nothing when Obama systematically destroyed ISIS oil infrastructure, serving millions of civilians. I tried to play this for you guys earlier, but I couldn't play it. There's a real legal argument here worth having. Dual-use infrastructure targeting its long bipartisan history in American warfare. You know what? We'll let him say it. Cutting Edge, thanks for the super, brother. Just look at the prices of oil just in the time of close of the market, $114 to $96. Is that right? Let's go, baby. And dropping. And here we go. Oh, my goodness. Man. You know what, bro? You know what? Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to bring a resource back. And I'm going to have to add this to my... Let's see. I think it's this one. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I didn't have this ready for you, but I will set it up real quick. All right? I will set this up real quick. I want to say thank you. Time's on my side. Thank you, brother. Thank you for gifting those memberships. And I want to say thank you, Cutting Edge, always supporting me, bro. Man, power to Dominican, bro. I appreciate it. I want to show you my appreciation by giving you this. I know a lot of you already saw it, but for those newcomers, here we go. Oh, you see all the libtards are leaving the chat. They're like, damn, we can't troll this guy. We can't troll this guy because he's right about everything. Oh, man, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Here we go. right. I hope you guys enjoy that. I appreciate you all, man. I really do. I appreciate you all. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you in a bit, Mama. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you, Renee, for letting me know. Don't worry. Get that phone charged. Let's go. So, with that being said, bro, it's such a great news. You know, I love it when I get good news. Besides being right all the time. Besides being right all of the time, guys, we've been right about everything. We have been right about everything. It is good to have good news. Number one, the tweet from the president. Number two, cutting edge, giving us the good news of the petrol. Oil down to 96. Man. Let's go. I want to see it down to 58, maybe $65. And I want to hear that every single body that's been saying all this shit about gas prices to come back into my channel and tell me that they're still paying high prices. And when they say we're still paying high prices, I'm going to say, what happened to the oil? How much is it per barrel now? And when they find out how much it is per barrel, which I'm sure they know already, they're going to have to eat their own words. But with that being said, let's not celebrate too much. It's not good to celebrate prematurely. But I know we're right. I know we're on the right track. By the way, remember Marjorie Trader Greene? Anybody? Remember how she had a fallout with President Trump? Well, she's calling out to impeach the guy. The good news is, another, a better, upgraded version of a Republican has taken her place. Boom, let's go, baby. That's three today. 3 things that I like to hear today. Fantastic. I'm enjoying this. Can you tell? All right, let's go ahead and listen to Jason Rants. Here we go.
But, you know, we're hearing the whole, this is a war crime to target their bridges. It's a war crime to target their power infrastructure. No, it's not. To be clear, it is not. There is a core legal principle at play here. It's called dual use targeting. That's all that we're talking about. In fact, we targeted a bridge just last week, and we were, look, we're going after the infrastructure. This is hurting the Iranian people. A bridge that's used by the military to transport missiles, to transport Iranian military equipment. We can absolutely target that under international humanitarian law, which is very clear. If the infrastructure is serving both military and civilian purposes, they can be lawfully targeted if you argue that this is a genuine military advantage with minimal civilian harm by doing so. That's what the law actually says. Now, there's an argument about disproportionality. This is the only time we talk about disproportionality arguments and say, okay, it kind of makes sense. In this case, it does. But just go back not too long ago. Go back to 1999. You know what happened in 1999 with the Clinton administration? Say Serbia.
I was going to say Kosovo, but yeah.
Then Yugoslavia.
Serbia, then Yugoslavia.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. There was a 78-day NATO bombing of Yugoslavia. The Clinton administration explicitly aimed, and I went and looked this back up because I wanted the exact quote. They explicitly aimed to, quote, demolish, destroy, devastate, degrade, and ultimately eliminate the essential infrastructure of Serbia. And what were the targets? Power plants, oil facilities, bridges, factories, water supplies. Was that a war crime? Now, maybe some people at the time said it was a war. Oh, fair enough. But I don't recall making the claim that Bill Clinton was a war criminal. I don't recall any of the Democrats doing that. I don't remember NATO having anything to say about that. And understand that NATO struck electrical power transformer stations, justifying them as part of a key integrated air defense and military command system that Serbian forces were using. So let's be clear. This was even reviewed by the International Criminal Tribunal for Yugoslavia. They reviewed the entire thing. You know what they decided not to do? Open any kind of war crime investigation. They accepted that the targets had legitimate military utility. What happened during 2014 to 2016 with the Obama administration? thousands of airstrikes against ISIS. Thousands. And what was targeted specifically? Any ideas? Any memory? Say oil infrastructure.
Oil infrastructure.
Exact, great memory. That's 100% correct. But not just that. They went after supply lines. And they said at the time, they boasted about this, saying, hey, we went after, and it was ISIL, not ISIS, but we went after ISIS's revenue from oil. They specifically targeted the oil reserves. Oil fields, pipelines, energy infrastructure, all of that was controlled by ISIS. Now, did that also serve civilian populations? Yeah, it did. But no war crimes as a result of that. So all you have to do is apply that exact same standard to Iran. We're going after a military supply route that's sustaining the ballistic missiles that are being used against American forces, against our allies. That framing, just by itself, is the exact same justification that Clinton and Obama used. Now, could you have an honest conversation about the disproportionality of what the president saw? Sure, I think that that's fair. And I think it's responsible. We should be having that conversation. I don't recall the conversation taking place against ISIS or back with Serbia, but fair enough. I think you should have had that conversation to the extent we didn't. I think it is responsible for us to have that conversation.
Absolutely, 100%. We have been right about everything, people. My peoples. Bruh, let's go. Fandy. Fandy says, you're Cuban. Wait, why did you block him? There's nothing wrong with his comment, Martin. Says, what is it? Church, you should go. Cubano. Yeah. I like it. You should go to church. I should. I should. I've been talking about it for a long time, and I keep procrastinating it, and then I keep missing it. I should go to church. Maybe it will help me control my tongue a little bit better. I doubt it, but maybe it will. Okay, maybe it will. That's a good advice. I appreciate it. Now, Fendi, if you will be so kind, I don't know if you got blocked or put in timeout, but if you be so did you kick him out or you put him in timeout? I wanted to ask him if he can tell us something about how he feels about Cuba and see where he stands. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the actual clip of Palaviv, I think is his name, right? I don't know how to say his name. I think that's Palaviv. I don't know why it sounds like I'm saying something in French. Parlez-vous français, monsieur? All right, let's take a listen.
We are happy that getting free.
I'm so happy. You can see all my people. Show! Thank you, Trump! Thank you, Trump!
Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Trump. Man, isn't it great to be on the right side of history? These fools, by now, they thought they had something concrete on President Trump. Remember all the negative things that they said about what we were doing with Venezuela? They were wrong. Every single one of them. They try to fear-monger you into hating your president. I really hope that you talk with your Republican friends and your Democrat friends and tell them, listen, everything they've been saying about Trump has been a lie. Everything. Everything. And they are going to pay for those lies. Barack Obama is in the hot seat right now. And I hope that they use the FBI and the CIA and all the resources available to the administration. Because we the people that pay taxes, we want this government to be legit. And if somebody in the government is not being legit, they got to be investigated. They got to be audited. And they got to be held responsible for it. There is no freaking way that these perverts in Congress and in the Senate can get away from sexual harassment suits that don't want to come out to the public. Those things need to come out. Everybody, every single American citizen deserves the right to know which Congress and senators have been getting hit with sexual harassment suits. Who settled? Isn't it crazy how they expect the president to put out his tax records and throw out his family affairs and issues that they have with his personal life? What the hell happened to stop judging the man's family and his whole past history as a personal life? Why don't you judge him in his accomplishments that he's got in his professional life? All these people look at bankruptcies like that's some sort of failure. To me, that tells me how smart he is. He knows how to use the system. He used the money well. He invested the right way. Got the right lawyers that knows the law, that can fight for him in court. You have the same right and ability that he does. But he is smarter than you. He's smarter than me. He's smarter than a lot of people. And I can tell you that a lot of business owners, like Governor Bernal here, he actually supports Trump because he knows that Trump is on the right track. Exactly, Hoopty. But we're not, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that about Clinton. You guys know I like Clinton. You guys didn't know. I told you I was a Democrat. You guys don't listen. But I was one of the real Democrats, and then the Democrat Party left us. So now everybody tells me I'm a Republican. Well, yeah, because I support the policies that Republicans have, because those were the policies that we had as Democrats. And yes, I know the Democratic Party is the party of the Ku Klux Klan. I get it. Don't think that I don't know all the bad things that the Democratic Party have done, but they change. See, something changed. Something clicked. And as a new politician in their career, they realize that the one way that they can win the political war in this country is by doing what the people need done. After Barack Obama got elected, I thought we got rid of racism. When Barack Obama came into office, I was very disappointed. I supported him, and I thought that something good would happen. I was wrong. I was wrong about Obama. But only because I didn't look at his wife. Let me say his Michael. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Too much AI out there and edited videos, so we can't tell. There's no record of his kids being born, babies, and all this other stuff. We don't have that. But that's okay. Listen, that's neither here or there. That's hearsay. But the fact that well, not me, because I wasn't a citizen yet, but the fact that white people, that's right, because the majority still white, that the white people put them in the White House, a black couple, should have shown you that the racism in this country doesn't exist and that most Americans have a huge heart. But they don't see it that way. And I didn't see it coming because Barack Obama is a good talker. Well, not anymore, but he was. But there comes Michelle Obama. I am an oppressed black woman. White people are dangerous. Are you freaking kidding me? The revolt in the black community. Fake ass BLM. Racist Panthers. All of this ignorant people out there biting every single lie that Michelle Obama was throwing out there, making her husband look bad, just like Gavin Newsom's wife. Same thing, but white. Oh, you didn't know that? I'm oppressed, becoming what, a woman? Who knows what the hell she's talking about? But she made us look like a racist country And all she did was put hate into the hearts of the black community and those naive and gullible white folks in this country. That's a fact. I've never seen so much division in my country before today than I've seen with Barack Obama in office for 2 terms. This country done lost their mind. Second term for Barack Obama, he figured out a way to forgive the freezing. He figured out a way to give a terrorist Iranian regime money to continue to terrorize the world. He knew they were liars. He knew they got no human right respect. He knew that they're over there raping children, raping women. There's nothing hidden. We all know this. Well, at least everybody should know. Everybody should know what this horrible terrorist Iranian regime has been doing, not just to the world, but to their own people. The dumbass Khamenei went and reversed the age of a woman to get married at 18. Reversed it back to 9 years old. Who does that? Who does that? But the devil himself. Disgusting. That's a tradition that should have never been allowed. It's crazy. But that's who Khamenei was. And all of his followers. All the pedophiles. All the men that are pedophiles. Do you know why their women follow them? Because they break them. They break them. They want out and they can't. So they got to revolt like these people here. No Islamic regime, they say. I'll show you the story from the niece and the daughter of this Islamic terrorist. They're over here dressing like hookers. And yet the women in Iran are getting beat the hell out of them because they didn't cover their face the right way. Ridiculous. If you don't see that fact and you don't, if you don't get pissed off about that truth, there's nothing I can say to help you. There's nothing I can say to help you. That is your choice. That is your choice. That's all I got for you today from my Facebook. From my Facebook. I got one more tweet from President Trump. Hey, you're going to love this one. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Give me 1 second, guys. Apologize about that. All right. So here we go. Display. Okay, we're good. Let me go ahead and shrink this for you guys so that you can read it with me. Yes. There we go. The alleged statement put out by CNN. World News is a fraud. Fraud. As CNN well knows, the false statement was linked to a fake news site from Nigeria. And of course, immediately picked up by CNN and blared out as a legitimate headline. The official statement by Iran was just released and posted on Truth below. Authorities are looking to determine whether or not a crime was committed on the issuance of the fake CNN world statement. Or was it a sick rogue player? CNN is being ordered to immediately withdraw the statement with full apologies for their, as usual, terrible reporting. Results of the investigation will be announced in the near future. President Donald J. Trump. crazy. Let's take a look here. Without Patrol pay the $2 billion to get the still? No, I don't think so. That's fake news. Okay, I know that's fake. They try to pass this AI fake videos. Hope you don't play that. Yeah, I don't know if you heard this already. We still have issues with illegal immigration here in our country. And I'm going to show you something that's bad. Now it's blocked and everything, but it's still bad. That is crazy. I already shared that with you. Here is a woman coming out of the gas station or a convenience store at a gas station. Here comes a guy right here, top left corner of your screen. Top left corner of your screen. It is allegedly that he is a temporary asylee from Haiti. This is a Haitian man. For some reason, this innocent woman wearing a jihad, it looks like it, he comes at her and beats the living daylights out of her with a hammer. Take a look. That is crazy, man. That has to enrage you. That's not a fake video. The man who brutally murdered an innocent gas station clerk in Fort Myers, Florida, is a Haitian illegal alien caught and released by Biden in 2022. This is jaw-dropping betrayal. He had temporary protected status. This is why they all must go before they commit violent crimes, not after. Surveillance footage shows the vicious migrant beating her to death with a hammer after beating up her car. She lost her life mere moments after leaving the store. Footage redacted due to how graphic it is. Gas station in Florida. That is, listen. That's horrible, Bernal. Listen, there is a reason. Yeah, and it's repeated. Yeah, that's the problem. It's even bigger problem. Repeated because sanctuary cities. I don't know what the hell this guy was doing in Florida. Florida doesn't have a sanctuary city. This is the reason why I am 100% pro-legal immigration. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. But the majority of the people that get fully vetted, that get permission to come to this country, there's a least chance that they will do this stupidity. When people on the left keep celebrating, telling me that the Democrats are going to win the midterms. It doesn't upset me because it's Democrats winning. It's because I know their policies. I know their policies. And their policies destroy the American way. They are destroying the American people. Do you understand? All of us Hispanics that were not born here, we got the privilege of becoming American citizens like those who are born in this country. And we know that we are here to help those who are born Americans in this country to protect the borders. How do we do that? By letting people know the truth about it. That is crazy. Crazy. This is the man who allowed Robo Joaquin into the country to commit his crime. Remember that Democrat's face. Scumbag. Old Rosalie to Obama. All right. That being said, I got a video to play. It's time to play some videos. And I will give Laura Ingraham all the credit in the world for this story. Because, well, just like some people, she works very hard at trying to get her story straight. Let's give him a like. Let's give her a like on the video. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We start tonight with a very big Fox News alert. The deadline is off, and we have what's being called a double-sided ceasefire. A live report from the region in moments. Now, I want to tell you how we were scheduled to start the show. I spent all afternoon writing the script. Started like this. Tick-tock. T-minus 59 minutes, 30 seconds. Until Donald Trump's 8 p.m. deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But just moments ago, Donald Trump posted this. And it's the entire Truth Social post where essentially he says, based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran.
All right. I haven't seen her video. I guess I already did my own homework. So sounds like she's just repeating what I said. But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy that doesn't have a job, but let somebody that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars say it right back at you. I promise you I did not watch this clip. But she's sharing what I already shared with you, and here you go.
And it continues to go on, and I just got off the phone with President Trump. And I will say this, we'll read the whole post later. He literally just had to rewrite the whole show. He was extremely serious in my conversation with him just now. And he was also cautiously, but seriously optimistic. He told me that the negotiations are and were incredibly complex. He does not want them jeopardized. There still needs to be an announced agreement. And of course, we all know in this part of the world, anything can happen. But it sure looks like Iran blinked. So again, the Truth Social post, now I will read it. Based on conversation with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and the Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off on the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, that's key, I agreed to suspend the bombing and the attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. So he goes on to say, we received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable one on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have now been agreed to between the U.S. and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America as president, and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor, he wrote, to have this long-term problem close to a resolution. And our favorite, thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, it's important that we, first of all, there's so much to unpack here, but the criticism of President Trump over the past 48 hours, a lot of it focusing on the language of Truth Social posts that were also put on X, it was ferocious criticism. Some Republicans were getting very concerned, Democrats, but it was the threat of flattening the country's infrastructure, something the president said he did not want to do, and repeated that again tonight to me. That was ultimately what focused the mind of whatever is left of the Iranian regime, with whom they're continuing to have these negotiations. Now, Pakistan's role in all of this over the last several days, but especially over the last 48 hours, helped get this thing mediated to the point it's at right now. But President Trump's willingness, and this is critical, I'm going to address this at the end of the show as well, his willingness to risk his entire presidency on eliminating Iran's nuclear threat by going to the brink was what got this to this point tonight. And by the way, he was dealing with international pressure as well that was building. And you saw it. The Pope's emissary showed up in the Oval Office, delivered a message, basically, don't bomb infrastructure. They're worried about the human chain, civilian targets, which is understandable. And the Italian PM, Giorgia Meloni, and close Trump friend, I might add, issued her own public statement saying it is crucial to clearly distinguish between the responsibilities of a regime and the fate of millions of ordinary citizens. Iran's civilian population cannot and must not pay the price for the sins of its leaders, which a lot of people, agreed with in Europe and many here in the United States. But as all of this criticism was swirling, the administration, whether it was a head fake or whether it was just a negotiating style, the administration itself remained united. J.D. Vance was in Budapest today.
We feel confident that we can get a response, whether it's positive or negative. We're going to get a response from the Iranians by 8 o'clock tonight. I hope they make the right response. We've got tools in our toolkit that we so far haven't decided to use. The President of the United States can decide to use them, and he will decide to use them if the Iranians don't change their course of conduct.
And as the deadline loomed all day long, U.S. and Israeli forces, again, this was part of it, continued to pound Iranian targets, including the critical real estate of Karg Island, out of which, 90% of Iranian oil is shipped. So for its part, at the same time, Iran threatened to hit energy infrastructure in the Gulf if the U.S. bombed tonight. I don't know how seriously we took that, but nevertheless, that's what they said. So initially, Iran rejected this idea of a ceasefire without a permanent commitment from the U.S. They demanded a toll for the opening of the Strait of Hormuz. That was a total non-starter. And total amnesty, as we understand it, for its, again, whatever is left of its top officials. Both were not going to be given or guaranteed by the United States. So again, politically, militarily, everything was on the line. Because even some of President Trump's most committed MAGA supporters they're getting anxious, holding their breath. They're like, did he really mean that? Is he going to do that? And notoriously hawkish Wall Street Journal cautioned the president to pick tonight's targets wisely. They wrote a whole editorial on this, saying, try to distinguish between infrastructure that has a military purpose and infrastructure that could be destroyed and just completely ruin the lives of innocent people in Iran, the people we were supposedly trying to help. So naturally, as all this was happening, as all this was playing out, they were getting tons of support in the usual outlets, media outlets, et cetera, against President Trump, saying he's a war criminal. Naturally, the Democrats thought, oh, this is our opening. We got it. We got MAGA cornered. We got Trump cornered. And then after protecting Joe Biden, I love this, for 4 years, Democrats and AOC included and the media were issuing these urgent demands all day long for members of Trump's cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment. And because of his posts on Truth Social, to remove him from office. 30 House Democrats have signed on to this meaningless effort so far. And oh, by the way, as this was happening also, the 2028 Democrat field is staking out their position, silently betting that this ended up being the straw that broke Donald Trump's back.
We need to be demanding that Congress convene today, and we need to be invoking the 25th Amendment.
This is a very dangerous moment and a very dangerous president. We have someone who's completely unfit for office right now, sitting in the White House.
We should stop an out-of-control president who is causing such harm to the American people.
We have a completely unhinged president who is threatening massive war crimes.
Okay, so actually tonight's news is actually bad news for them. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it the way it is. They always underestimate Trump. And as for 2028 Van Halen, who we just saw, he has the charisma of a mollusk. So we were at the precipice here. We had to rewrite the script. Donald Trump continues to rewrite the political script. Democrats believe they finally had Trump and the entire MAGA movement in a box. But once again, the last laugh will be on them.
And there you have it. There you have it. Impeach the mofo. Hey, we were right about everything, but you know why we're right? Do you know why we're right about everything right now? So far, the reason why we are right is not because you're smart and I'm smart. It's because we trust in God that everything is according to how it should be. With that being said, if you want to stick around, fantastic. If you don't, I understand. But we will cover Easter Sunday. I haven't watched it myself, so I think it will be a good time to do so. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask. I believe this is about an hour long or something. So that should take us into the end of our broadcasting today. 170 innocent schoolgirls. Good job, Higgs. Good job. How about thousands? How about 35,000 innocent civilians, women and men and children? How about that, Higgin? I hope that's what you're talking about, the school accident. I got you. The powers that be are ordained of God. Amen to that, my friend. The IR, well, yeah, that's true. Over 100, I guess, throughout this last 47 years, I think is what you're quoting there. But 30,000+, supposedly, or more. Can you imagine? That is crazy. All right. Now, have some respect because I believe that they are going to sing the national anthem at the beginning. Not this.
Honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
There we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
Does he have a good voice or what? I think we're going to send him to the Met. We'll get a little commission, make a lot of money, because that man can sing. Thank you very much. Not the first time we've heard him. So today is a very special day. It's a day where we celebrate Jesus. It's a day where we celebrate religion. And it's an honor to be the President of the United States. Our country is doing so well, like it has never done before. You'll see that very shortly. And things that we've done have not been done before. We've broken every record on the stock market. We've broken every record in our military. And what about the rescue that took place yesterday? What about that? That's something that you rarely see. You know, they were giving me a briefing about that. And they said, normally when you're in very hostile territory, and I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran, they're capable fighters. They're very tough people. And there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago, I can tell you. In fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out, aren't we? But when a thing like that happens, where a pilot shot down, in most instances, you're really not able to go in, because you'll go in with 200 people and lots of jet fighters and helicopters, and you really don't have a chance. They get shot down. You lose 200 in order to pick up one. It's a horrible thing, but it's very rare that you can do it. And what we did yesterday is we picked up not one, we picked up two. We kept the first one quiet, and we were able to keep it quiet for about a day, which made it a lot better. But those two pilots were incredible, brave, and we thank them. And we're going to be having a news conference today at 1 o'clock at the Oval Office, and we look forward to it. But I just want to say we have a great military. We have the greatest military, the most powerful military any place in the world. You saw what happened with Venezuela. And it's an honor. I built it in my first term, and I didn't know I was going to be using it this much in my second term, but it's my honor, and they're the greatest people on earth. Our warriors are the greatest fighters on earth, and they very much appreciate you and love you, and that's why they do it. So this is all about today. I must tell you, I came out and I expected we were going to be talking about farmers, and we love our farmers. We were going to talk about so many different products, but you know what they want to talk about? Sir, this is about eggs. Eggs. Because we have the egg farmers of the entire country here, and they are unbelievable. And if you remember, when I first got elected, my first news conference with the fake news, a lot of fake news here today, but I had a news conference, and the first question, what are you going to do about eggs, sir? I said, what's wrong with eggs? I just got there. It's my second day in office. I had a news conference, and they were screaming at me, what am I going to do about eggs? And I said, well, it's like, tell me what's wrong with eggs. The price was so high. It was 4 times higher than it was a year before. I said, well, that sounds like a problem. Let me think about it. And Brooke Rollins, our great Secretary of Agriculture, she got involved. We all got involved. They didn't want me, as you know, just last year, it's hard to believe, they didn't want me to order eggs for the Easter egg roll, the Easter egg hunt that we have here every year. They wanted me to use plastic. I said, I'm not using plastic. We'll get it solved. And within a short period of time, eggs came down. They came down 40%, 50%. And by the time we got there, we had so many eggs, we didn't know what to do with them. And today we have more than 40,000 eggs supplied by all of the great egg farmers that are with us. So eggs is a big thing, and it was a big thing to our great First Lady, who's here someplace. Let's see. I think this is our First Lady. What do you think of our First Lady? She's a movie star. I don't know. Do we call her First Lady or a movie star? She has the biggest movie. Can you believe this? And she deserves it. Would you like to say a couple of words to your friends? Come on.
Happy Easter Monday. I hope you enjoy this beautiful day. We are celebrating a very special Easter egg roll this year because it's 250th birthday of this beautiful nation. Enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks. Thank you, honey. And she worked very hard with her staff and the staff of the White House on really just making it nice. This is the nicest I've ever seen it. So this is my 5th, and I will say that it gets better every time, right? It gets better every time. You notice the fencing is all brand new. I said, we could have bought used fencing and saved a lot of money. They said, this is for Easter, and this is for our egg farmers, and we're going to get new fencing. Everything's new and everything's beautiful, and the White House never looked better, and our country never looked better. So I just want to thank everybody. It's been a special period of time. 1 year ago, a little bit more, our country was dead. We had a dead country. We had an administration that didn't know what the hell they were doing. Today, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're respected by everybody, and that's the way we're going to keep it. That's the way we're going to keep it. So again, I want to thank all of the associations and the egg farmers and all of the people that are here. We think we could have 50,000 people coming all day long. It's open, and they expect between 30 and 50,000 people, so that's great. And most importantly, I want to just say Happy Easter, and God bless America. We have the greatest country on earth. God bless you all. You are very, very special people. Thank you, everybody. Have a good time.
Sir. Sir, is Tuesday your final deadline? Mr. President, are you prepared to do some work crime with this law? Mr. President, how's the airman? Is Tuesday your final deadline? Fire proposal from this morning.
I've seen every proposal you can imagine.
Is Tuesday your final deadline? Is Tuesday at 8 p.m. your final deadline?
Yeah.
Mr. President, if Iran does not meet your demands, Mr. President, are you willing to continue the war?
Well, you'll have to watch.
It's
an easy question. The answer is yes, but you'll have to watch.
Mr. President,
What do you think is the latest proposal?
They've made a proposal, and it's a significant proposal. It's a significant step. It's not good enough, but it's a very significant step. They have made, they're negotiating now, and they've made a very significant step. We'll see what happens.
Have you spoken to Keir Starmer, sir? And also, do you believe the UK can resurrect like Jesus this Easter weekend?
Well, that's what they need. They have a long way to go. The UK has a long way to go. We don't want another Neville Chamberlain. Do we agree? We don't want Neville Chamberlain.
Mr. President, you're going to repeatedly said that. How is the airman that was rescued doing?
He's doing really well. They're both doing well. You know, it was two, and we held off the one because if they would have known we had him, so we held off the one. They are both recovering very well. They were both injured, and they're doing well.
Mr. President, are you committed to committing a war crime in this war with Iran?
What else?
Mr. President, people said that Iran had no anti-aircraft equipment. How are they able to drop those?
Well, you know what? When you do thousands and thousands of flights, and you have one plane shot down, and not mortally, the two pilots got out. They got a little bit lucky. And you know what? In war, you need a little bit of luck also. They got a little bit lucky. That's all they got.
Ending the war. What's stopping you from ending the war?
Well, it could end very quickly, the war. If they do what they have to do. They have to do certain things. They know that. They've been negotiating, I think, in good faith. We've had total regime change. You know, the people there now are much more reasonable than the lunatics that you had in phase 1 and phase 2. They were lunatics. The people that we're negotiating with now on behalf of Iran are much more reasonable. You can call it what you want, but I call it regime change, and I think most people are giving us credit for that. The first regime was taken out, the second regime was taken out. Now the third group of people that we're dealing with is not as radicalized, and we think they're actually much smarter.
Why did you use such vulgar language in that social?
Only to make my point. I think you've heard it before.
Mr. President, have you spoken to the families of the airmen that were saved? Have you spoken to the families of the airmen that were saved?
I'm going to be doing it right now.
Mr. President, what do you say to Americans who are not a fan of the war?
They're foolish, because the war is about one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Had we not broken the Barack Hussein Obama agreement, you know what I'm talking about, the Iran nuclear deal. This is years ago, my first term. You would have had a total, Israel would have been gone, extinguished. Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth, and the entire Middle East would have been, at a minimum, in big trouble. But I did it. That was phase 1. We killed Soleimani. Without Soleimani, if they had Soleimani, it would be a whole different thing. Maybe. We'd still be winning, but it would have been harder. Because we are obliterating that country. And I hate to do it, but we're obliterating, and they just don't want to say uncle. They don't want to cry, as the expression goes, uncle, but they will. And if they don't, then they'll have no bridges, they'll have no power plants, they'll have no anything. I won't go further because there are other things that are worse than those two. And we might have, well, the thing, if I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it. Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money. And I'd also take care of the people of Iran, much better than they've been taken care of. It's been horrible. They've killed 45,000 people as of a month and a half ago. 45,000 protesters. We don't do that. So if I had my choice, I'd keep the oil. But I also want to make the people of our country happy. I think most people wouldn't understand that. I'll give you an example. Venezuela has worked out so incredibly. We have 100 million barrels of oil right now in Houston being refined. It's been great. The relationship with Venezuela, the leaders, has been fantastic. And I think we're going to have a long-term, very good relationship. And it might be beyond long-term. You understand what I mean? Well, I tell you what, I'm pretty good at this stuff, and I go around and I check. They'd like to see us win and come home. And I appreciate CNN for the first time maybe in my life. They did a poll. And everyone's saying, oh, is Trump losing MAGA? No, I'm not losing MAGA. MAGA loves what I'm doing. And CNN did a poll of MAGA voters, a big poll, very important poll, Harry. And he went on, he said, this is amazing, 100% support. He said, I've never had a 100% poll at anything before. And is, do you support Trump, MAGA people, which is, by the way, mostly Republican. If you look, I would say MAGA makes up a majority, like about 95% of the Republican Party, all right? So they went out, they did a poll, and CNN came back 100% support. So they support what we're doing, but they would like to see it end and come back. But remember, wars last years. We're in there for 34 days, and we've obliterated a very powerful country in 34 days. Yeah, if it were up to me, I'd like to keep the oil. I just don't think the people of the United States would really understand. Yeah, who you with? Who you with? Well, that's a radical left group of lunatics that you're with. Let me just tell you, very fair question. The Iranian people, when they don't hear bombs go off, they're upset. They want to hear bombs because they want to be free. And the only reason they're not out protesting, you know that, is because they were informed that if they protest, like the wrestler and his friends, if they protest, they will be shot immediately. And that's an edict, that's in writing. If they protest, if they go out in the streets, they will be immediately shot. They don't have guns. You know, we sent some guns, but the group that was supposed to give, which I said would happen to my people, I said it, I called it exactly. We sent guns, a lot of guns. They were supposed to go to the people so they could fight back against these thugs. You know what happened? The people that they sent them to kept them because they said, what a beautiful gun, I think I'll keep it. So I'm very upset with a certain group of people, and they're going to pay a big price for that. But the Iranian people will fight back as soon as they know they're not going to be shot and as soon as they can get weapons. If they had weapons, not many of them, if they had weapons that would go in the other way, and you know what would happen? Iran would give up in 2 seconds because they wouldn't be able to take it. But in Iran, they have absolutely no weaponry, and they've been told point blank, if you come out to the streets, you will be killed. As of this morning, and we have this on pretty good information, 45,000 protesters have been killed. Pretty bad.
Mr. President, you said Iran has been obliterated. Why are we still at war then?
It's a big country. They can't fight back. They have no capability. I mean, they have some missiles left. They have some drones left, but essentially they have no capability. They had a lucky shot with an airplane, but we got them back out. The rescue was incredible. And it wasn't of one person, it was of 2 person. There are those that say that's never happened before, because usually when you're shot down in strong enemy and deep enemy territory, you can't go after them because you'll end up losing 250 people to get one. So it's a terrible thing. But we had to make a decision. Do we do it or do we not? And we did. And, you know, we have some helicopters with a lot of bullet holes in them right now. Probably you know that. No, I'm very honored to have rebuilt our military. We rebuilt our military in my first term. I'm using it in our second term. And we are the most respected country anywhere in the world with the greatest military anywhere in the world. Thank you. So we have a news conference. You'll all be there, so you can ask the question in a little while. We have a news conference in a little while. What would you like to ask her?
She wants to say, Madam First Lady, can you tell us your message to children who find themselves in war zones during this whole week?
Well, all of this is happening for their future, so they will be safe in years to come.
Children that are now in a war zone, we're keeping them as safe as we can possibly keep them. But we're fighting for their parents, their grandparents, we're fighting for them, we're fighting for their future. And I will tell you, it was given to me loud and clear. The time the Iranian people are the most unhappy when you hear bombs all over is when those bombs stop. That's the problem. It's when they stop, because that means that are they coming back? We want to have them back, and you know everybody knows it, everybody sees it. So hopefully it could be over with quickly. Again, there are lots of different alternatives. We have many alternatives. We could leave right now, and it would take them 15 years to rebuild what they have. We could leave right now, but I want to finish it up. Iran, ready, cannot have a nuclear weapon. They are lunatics, and you can't put nuclear weapons in the hands of a lunatic. Thank you very much. We'll see you at 1 o'clock. NATO has not stepped up. NATO should be ashamed of themselves.
Mr. President.
It tells you it's a big industry. How did I do with the voters that do eggs? Did you say 100% or 90%? Did anybody in the egg industry vote for Kamala? A low IQ person. She's a low IQ person. Who's a lower IQ person, Biden or Kamala? That's close. That's probably the toughest question. That's a tough question.
President Trump, please take a picture of my best friend. That's why I voted for you. No. Come. You're the best. Wait, we're blocking my daughter.
Come on, daughter. Come on, Mom.
Yes,
Mom's very aggressive.
Very.
She's an aggressive mom.
Yes. Thank you.
Fingers away from the lens. Got it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, thank you, Mr. President. Yes. He is, and he's British, and he does it.
What happened to your country?
President Trump, Emirates is the first one that has rejected like this.
How beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the most powerful man in government with us today, Mr. Jameson Greer. Have you heard of him? He's right here. Come on over here, James. How are we doing on trade?
Well, sir, we've exported more in the past 2 months. The United States have ever exported over $300 billion in January and February. It's the highest in American history of export thanks to his deals. Terrible. Good job, sir.
This guy's fantastic. Look at him, my friend. Huh? You doing okay? Huh? You want to say something? So your son will be impressed. Come on up and say something. Come on up. This way your son's going to be impressed. He's high tech. He's all, go ahead, say a couple of words.
Well, the economy is doing great. The high-tech sector is amazing. AI is booming. We got so many data centers going up. It's really incredible.
Are you impressed now with your father? He made a beautiful speech. You guys are good. I think we're doing okay. We go on those. And we're doing well with the electric. Everything fine?
Yeah.
I'll see you. Did you know that?
I think I'm on your schedule for that.
Come on over here, kids. You have a great day.
So you only have to remember one name. I know, can you believe that?
She's a happy, beautiful.
Sure. Thank you. I know my dad.
What a nice hat. Where did you get this hat? I want this hat. What a beautiful hat. Look at the tall egg guy back there, huh? That's Jacob.
Oh, the tall leg guy.
So we were this way. Congratulations.
You're the last 48 hours of
I love that hat. Where did you get it? I'm serious.
Where did you get it?
I can't get a hat like that. Look, it's even got. Who's your dad? Well, that's big stuff.
Should you also send this?
Okay.
Should you also send this?
Where?
Ready, Paris?
I don't even mind if it was used before. Are you ready? Ready? Get set.
There's strategy. Everybody watching? You kids are up next.
Are you all ready? Ready? Very athletic. Focus. Ready? Get set, go!
Mama, Dad, can I go there? I'm gonna go use the Easter money I got.
Are you ready? Get set.
They said Donald Trump was gonna come over here.
What do we have here? What's this phase?
We are coloring. You
guys want to do some coloring? All right. Wow, that's an impressive piece of work right there. Holy smokes.
Down there, I can get one of them. See me here.
Where do you want me?
I have no idea.
Four more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
God bless you. Tomorrow's going to be infrastructure day in around 20 years. Thank Number one movie of the country. I recognize that one right there with the shades on. Break off. What's your name? Lisa is great. What is great?
go ahead.
Carolina, do you want to give Grandpa your picture?
Caroline is the only one that doesn't want my order. Zero. I would say Caroline has zero interest. Oh, that's nice. Look at the sign. This way I say I do. Look what I did, everybody. Right? Because the auto. We have an auto play problem. That's auto play. Take the paper, hand it to his guy. Sign up the auto play. Watch it, okay? Let it Who likes the fake news? Does anybody like See the up right above the middle collar. Two collar. Now go up a foot and a half. See the broken piece of it? You see it? You see what I'm saying? It's a mystery. It fell out 100 years ago.
So the Easter egg roll gave you more things to do.
Do you think anyone else can see it? No. You gotta look at it. Turnberry. This egg is ready to break. This breaks having trouble. This egg is here.
Right here. That's right here. No, right here. Right here.
Next thing he's going to do is bring over a golf ball. That's the hard.
He does want you to sign some golf balls for him. Mr. President, this is Josie. And came to our creativity event. She made a bracelet for you.
Whose spoon is that?
Spoon's a good idea. My kid brought an egg to sign. We should have brought a spoon. What are we doing? Listen to our creativity. I don't know if you want to come over. We were going to fly back.
1 o'clock. What time? What time is it now? It's 11:43. No, this conference is at 1. Where you should go. You want to see the Who's that? You think the press liked it when they said 4 more years to press? The press, they don't realize that when I'm not here, they're going to lose.
What are they going to do?
No, they're going to lose their jobs. So what's with the Easter egg hunt? Did it start? Tell us about the Easter. What's going on with the Easter egg hunt? Whose is that? Somebody left it. Left it.
No, those ones got some
Thank you.
Alright, Luke, you better hang on now.
We should put our track on. Hey, Michael. Same music.
Your music? Yes.
Well, they don't have it.
They have the band over there. Luke, let's see the egg. Here, hold it up for the camera. Show them the egg. What are you going to do with that egg? Oh.
Sit for 10 years.
I don't think so.
Does an egg last for 10 years? If you don't open it, can an egg last for 10 years?
wouldn't. I don't know the
It starts to run.
You have to encase it in
Yeah, you should sell come on, we're gonna make something now. You could be like, get out with 250.
Show Dad what you got. That's right there.
Get out from the Go. Go.
Right here.
Go.
Is there anything else to do?
Sure. Is there an auto pen around, please? Does anybody have an auto pen? You know, Biden they used to follow him with an auto pen in the car and he kept dying. And he gave everything to the auto pen. Because he was incapable of signing, let alone running a gun.
Yeah.
We need a little music.
He went to go check on it.
Come on, get Michael moving.
Yeah.
Come on, Michael.
We're going to be famous.
All right, Carolina and Athena and Leo, you guys about done with your drawings? Do you want to give it to Grandpa?
Daddy, look.
What'd they say?
It's a wooden spoon. You know how I know that? My mother used to use it on me when I was bad. My mother would use this on me when I was bad. I recognized it very nicely. I said, I'll take the wooden spoon. I said, oh. That'll be a front page shirt tomorrow.
Here, Leo, you want to give him that to sign for you? Yes, Leo. I'll take it to sign. He doesn't even want to
Where's your daughter?
Leo and these are this is my cousin. These are her kids.
I want some
You have beautiful hair.
I'm sorry?
You have beautiful hair, but she has much better hair.
Thank you.
You know that? You know that? She's your daughter?
I'm Laura's cousin. Thank you. So I'm whatever. That place. I thought you were 40. I got $4,000. I thought you were 40. No, he's 40. They got better from the bank. And then I will have enough money. I'll be richer than my mom. I'll be my dad.
It's a good day.
Donald Trump.
Give it to Grandpa.
Donald Trump.
Oh, my spoon. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, is this my spoon? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Carolina.
The one that fell on the ground. Get that spoon.
Who is that? Athena. I don't know.
She's a movie star.
Athena.
She came in from Hollywood. You know what she is? She's a movie star who came in from Hollywood to be with me. Mostly hate fun.
Oh my God! What is your favorite color in your house? What is your favorite color? What is your favorite color?
You have to do your own.
What is your favorite? What Nina, are you gonna do?
Elegant. Did you show me an elegant?
Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
So I want to, who does your hair? I'd like to have my hair done just like her.
Donald Trump!
But I'm afraid that maybe it's not quite thick enough.
Sorry, at this point, she's going to own that one. She's got it.
I think it's not going to work.
She may have
Okay, whose is this?
What is your favorite?
Is he friend or foe? Are you friend or foe? There are only foe.
He's the White House.
White House. Okay, whose is that?
I don't know. Who wants it? Yeah, you guys take it away.
Okay, here's the thing, it's worth $10,000. Who wants the pen?
Me!
That's a lot of money you just got.
No, please!
Okay.
How did you get Josie up here?
She's just getting.
In the press pit, please. In the press pit. Here's the black crayon.
Bye, kids. Who's going to be at the press conference? Who's not going to be?
Not me. I don't want to be.
Hey, Tiffany, so you don't coordinate.
Mr. President, how would it not be a war crime to strike Iran's bridges and power plants?
Because they killed 45,000 people in the last month. More than that. It could be as much as 60. They kill protesters. They're animals. And we have to stop them, and we can't let them have a nuclear weapon. Very simple. They want a nuclear weapon. They've been trying for a long time. I stopped them with the Obama horrible Iran nuclear deal. I stopped them in a lot of different ways. We were Soleimani, evil genius. He was an evil genius. We got rid of him. And then we stopped them with the B-2 bombers not so long ago. And if we didn't do it, Israel and the Middle East would have been extinguished by now. And I hope they take the chance. If they don't,
Are you on board with the board?
it's so bad. It's such a bad network. It's such a pathetic. Is this your camera? You what? Go ahead. But they will, they'd like to have a ceasefire because they're getting obliterated. So we'll see how they react. Okay?
Mr. President, what can our adversaries learn from our success?
Number one, you have to have a lot of courage to do it because the chances of doing it are very small, successful. And it's amazing that we had nobody even injured. It's amazing. It never happens when pilots go down in war. They're in tough territory. Vietnam, places like Iran, tough, they know how to fight. They're nasty. Very rarely do you go in because you're going to send 200 people in on a mission, and that mission will likely be unsuccessful. You're going to get one person and you're going to lose 200 people. So we did something that was risky and it worked out amazingly well. We have a great military.
You fear you're going to lose like the diplomatic?
Could have happened.
It seems like diplomatic talks are picking up. Are you willing to hold off on attacking?
Well, I want to see. I don't even want to talk about it because I've given them chances and they haven't taken them. So I don't want to really talk about it.
Since you did move the deadline back a couple of times, are you prepared to move the deadline back again?
Highly unlikely. They've had plenty of time. In fact, they asked for 7 days. I said, I'm going to give you 10. But at the end of 10, all hell's going to break out if you don't get this.
Mr. President, do you expect Vice President Vance to continue to be talking to the intermediaries from Pakistan?
Well, he is, and we have Steve Woodcock and Jared Kushner talking. They're all unified and they're all talking together.
Do you expect the Vice President to be involved in an in-person meeting with officials in the coming days?
Could be. Yeah. I love this map. It's happy. Happily married. Is this you? Is this this for you?
Well, we got about to be father right there too, bud. President Trump.
Yeah, he's one of my all-time favorites. You got to be kidding. You're about to be a father. You've come a long way. He's always been fair, and he's always been fair. He went a little astray. Not him. His girlfriend went a little astray, but these are modern day.
This is really funny. I will say on the other side of that coin, we got a fatherless problem in the United States. So many kids are growing up without a father figure. You combine that without the Heavenly Father being in a lot of their homes, that 1-2 punch is crushing a lot of these American families.
Tanya, that was all you, baby. Good suggestion, sis. You know what? I had a smile the whole time. I think I enjoyed it. God bless President Trump, his wife Melania, his family. God bless the Trump's administration. Thank goodness for great news today. Oil prices went down to $93. We are getting some sort of signs from some deals. President Trump didn't attack the energy plants like Barack Obama did. Thank goodness his crazy talk worked. I hope that it continues to hold. We keep praying and trusting in God that we are doing what we need to do to protect the United States of America. God bless you all. Thank you guys for being here with me. I love having a good time with you guys. I wish that I can smile more every single day, but you know what? There will be a time where we will all rejoice in the presence of God, and I pray that we all get to be there one day. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the USA. Guys, have a wonderful night. I will see you on the next one.